so is coming forward. You see, so they knew about the Sahaja. They knew about it. But then as every religion has gone into a mess and lot of funny sort of, we can say the funny sort of expressions. Also, Buddhism has gone, it became Mahayana, Hinayana, all sorts of things. But one of them was called as Biditama, who ran away from India, settled down in Japan, and he started the Zen system of religion, which he kept to the spontaneous happening. That's one was preserved. Another was the Lao Tse style, who did not talk of God and of Buddha, but of Tao itself, the energy, or we can say about the Adishakti. So these two good things came out of it. While they searched back into the history of China, and they found out the Adishakti lived many years back there as Kuan Yin. And that's how Kuan Yin was established as a goddess for many Buddhists. Now then, Buddha also got into another form because there was a big competition between Hindus of those days and the Buddhists. So they wanted to form. For ordinary people, it's very difficult to understand the philosophy. So they thought that we should have Buddha expressed as he has been and he will be. So they formed their, see, as you say, he's a Maitreya is going to come, the future Buddha is Bodhisattva, and they started making his statues and everything. So they made Buddha as the god. They started using him to represent the divine power, giving him forms and things. And like that many things happened. But Buddha himself was so much frightened of the ritualism that they said, you should not worship anything, you should not build any temples. So you see, the loophole was found out. If temples are not to be built, we'll build stupas. Now in the stupas, they put the tooth of Buddha. Of course that was sensible to do, I must say. But of course Buddha had said not to do it. And they put it there. He had two disciples called as Sariputta and Mogala. They were very good disciples of his, and their bones were collected after they were burnt out and were put in the stupas. That was something definitely sensible to put them there. Of course the bones and all these things should not be disturbed because it's not good, it creates a problem for the body. But at least if they have put it there in the Mother Earth, it would have been alright, but they put it in caskets. Now the first casket was made of gold, the second of silver, the third of iron, the fourth one of wood, sort of thing, mummified those things. But that was a very wrong thing to do, because if you go on keeping like that, some parts of the body of these great people, it can hamper their rebirth or their body which they want to again incarnate. But hair is alright or nails are alright, but you shouldn't keep the part of their body like that. And this kind of thing gave another nonsensical ideas to horrible human beings. What they did, that they thought that if we have to keep some part of the person who died like divine person, why not we cut the hand of someone? And like that. So in Tibet and all these places, especially in Ladakh, see, they used to cut the hands of the people when they died. And big ritual for the dead, and then they started going towards the dead. So they started moving towards the left side. Most of the Buddhists moved to the left side, which was absolutely prohibited by Buddha, because he is on the right side. He said, cut down your desires. Do the karmas without the desire. This was his idea. Activate your right side without the desire. This was his philosophy. But all of them are left-sided. They have desires not only desires, but whatever they do it out of desire. Like the worst is like the Japanese. They think that you can commit suicide in the name of your nation. With this desire, they will commit suicide. To save their country, they can commit suicide. I mean, it is absurd. He said, whatever you have to do without the desire, which is a difficult thing for human being. How many there are who are doing it without desire? And whatever we do out of desire. Even at a subtler point. Even when we do puja, we do with the desire that our vibrations will improve. Can you think of a state where it is absolutely desireless? Only one person has that. There's no desire. Desireless. The whole thing is done without any desire, so there is no disappointment. There is no unhappiness. You are going to America knowingly that is going to be a horrible experience. But it's a joke. Just going to see the joke. Without any hope. Maybe it might work out to be something tremendous, but no desire. See, it's so desireless, the whole personality is, that even if I have to desire for something, I have to ask you to better desire, because I have lost the sense of desire. So many times I have said, you better do it. Unless and until you pray to me, I can't do it. That's why I ask you, write to me a letter, because you see, I can't desire. I don't do anything. Without doing anything, it is happening, so why should I desire? I really don't do anything. You'll be amazed, I don't do anything, I don't desire anything, nothing of the kind, it's working, I'm just watching it. And you are saying, whether you are doing it, I'm quite surprised. That is Tao. If you read about Tao, it is said that it doesn't do it, but everything works out. So this is what he said, which was all Sahaja, that you have to be desireless and do everything, and he is the one who controls our ego. Because if you have no desire, you will have no ego either. Ego is only built up when you have a desire to do something. That is, you just do it for fun, just for joy, just for doing. Then how will you build up ego? You cannot. Like an artist is painting just for fun and throwing it out. Creating something just for fun. That's what God is. Not with a desire to achieve something. I mean, the desire is so gross, can be extremely gross. It can become subtler and subtler and subtler. That's a good way. But it can be very, very gross also. Like some people can believe that, you see, I should paint it because I'll get so much money. Or I can sell it to somebody who may be the worst man, but I'll sell it because I can get more money. That's absolutely the grossest of all, you see. That you can go to the most sinful things, I mean, I don't know. There can be even worse desires than that. Can be very many. But on this auspicious day, we should not think of them, which are there like that. But minimum of minimum, if we come, just do your puja just for the joy of it. Not with any desire. Just for the joy. I mean, we are doing so many things like that. For example, we enjoy each other's company. Just think of that. We also, yogis, are enjoying each other's company. What's this for? Nothing at all. There's no, nothing. Just, we are enjoying it without any desire. Just for enjoyment's sake, enjoyment. When that purity comes, you see, in our temperament, that we do everything without any desire, we have got rid of our ego. The Buddha is awakened within us. And that's what is the importance of Buddha. That he settled down himself in a place which is the most difficult place. That is on the left side of your head, you see. Sometimes I have seen it projects here up to this point, in some people. They get such a terrible pain, pulling it out from there. Can't imagine. So this horrible point, which is so funny, it is sometimes it can blow up like that, you see, sometimes it can pierce through. It's a horrible one, which all of you have developed quite a lot, you see, and it takes its forms in different ways and methods. For that, we have to say, Buddham Sharanam Gaccha. Means we surrender ourselves to Buddha. Then what does he say? The second one is very good. Sangham Sharanam Gaccham. I surrender myself to collectivity. Sangham. Sangha is the collectivity. I surrender myself to collectivity. Ego goes down. First of all, Buddha, who is sitting, who is the deity, which is the enlightenment, you say, I surrender myself to Buddha. Secondly, you say, I surrender myself to collectivity. Egoistical people cannot surrender. So I surrender myself to collectivity. So we say, Sangham Sharanam Gaccham. It is to Virat. It is the third one. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. The third one, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Dhamma means the religion, the balance. I surrender myself to religion, which is essence of it. Or you can put it the other way down, that Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. That's all. If you have achieved it, then we can talk of God, not before that. So these three things are to be achieved. We would put it in a Sahaja Yoga way like this. First of all, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender myself to my virtues. All desires can be surrendered to your virtue. Is it virtuous to do like this? You can. If you are brought up that way, you will just not do it. You will have no desires to do something that is not virtuous and righteous. You will just not do it. So, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Then you should say Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, means I surrender myself to my enlightenment. This is the second state when you are ascended. Surrender myself to enlightenment. Enlightenment that I have got to my spirit. Is the spirit who is going to guide me. No more my physical, mental, emotional, nonsensical temptations. But what is the spirit? And thirdly, the Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, to the collectivity, to the whole, to the Virat. This is the way we have to work it out. So ultimately reach the same point, that let me start it from myself. From myself to others, not from others to myself. It's like treating the tree from outside, not from the roots. But Sahaja Yoga treats you from the roots. First you get your realization, alright? Then you learn how to surrender yourself to your dharma. Then you become collectively conscious. Collectivity is a temperament. Is a sense of enjoyment that you get in the collective living. Unless and until you have that, you have not achieved. So Buddha has played a very great role in our lives, and he is a very great, powerful force within us. I am very happy that Buddha Jayanti has fallen here in England, because as we say, the England is the heart of the universe. It doesn't matter if I say here, is there anybody Arab here? I don't want to displease any Arab if he's sitting here. Alright. And if it is the heart, whatever you do here will circulate in the whole universe. So if you can conquer your ego here, we can even conquer the ego of Mr. Reagan and these Russians. We can manage that. But first start it here. It has to reverse back. You see, now they have to learn from you and you don't learn from them. When it will work out, you'll be amazed. Ego is the only problem I always face, reaching their hearts. If ego is removed, everything will be alright. So for us, the great mantra is Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. These three mantras you must say every day, I think, to get rid of this horrible ego. Now, any questions on Buddha you have? I've made it in a short way. The whole life history is very difficult. It's receding, ego. English are wise people, sound people. And they must understand this, that it's a very, very important thing, that they should not lose these qualities and should try to fix their enlightenment in such a way that it circulates. Any question? Kavin told me yesterday it is Buddha Jayanti. I was very happy. Because in England I have not talked of Buddha, but otherwise I have talked about him elsewhere. So now, that's why I go, you see, a Buddha shop. Because it is suggestive of a detached mind which has no power. And there could be a personality which is colorless. But you can have it covered with colors to make others happy. So, when you are a realized soul, whatever you do is natural. Whatever you do. If I am wearing this, now I am a Buddha. When I take it out, I am Adi Shakti. It's not a drama. It's a fact. But if you are not a realized soul, before that whatever you do is just a drama. For example, this is an artificial thing. I put my hand there, anything, nothing will burn. But if it is real, it will definitely burn whatever I make up. It's like that. So if somebody is a real person, whatever he does is not a drama. It is reality. That's how they say that she can take this form, she can take that form. People don't understand how can one person take so forms. Can. If it is reality, it can. Like the Mother Earth, she is a reality, and the sap that is coming from the Mother Earth takes so many forms. See her power. Flowers, this wood, different colors, fragrance, so many things. This one Mother Earth is producing all this. because she is reality. The reality in her can produce. But unreal things, whatever you make out of unreal things, they may look real, but they are not. So now let us have the puja. And for the rituals also he said, because most of them were unrealized souls in those days, that they, whatever puja they did was unreal. It was not real. Had no meaning. It was giving no effect. See, worshipping a person who is unreal, or any deity who is unreal, or those who were not real people, the realized souls. What's this of unrealized people worshipping? I mean, I would not allow any unrealized person to worship me at all. You see, I always tell people, unless and until they are perfectly Sahajogis, you know them, they are good, please don't bring them for puja. It's troublesome to me, much more than to them. You see, they also feel obliged, as if, you see, they are obliging me, they think so, by worshipping me, I don't know. But they don't know how much they are troubling me by coming here without realization. So the ones who haven't got realization are really troublesome. They don't help me. So the myth some people have, that if they come to a puja before realization, they'll get realization, is not true. Should not bring anyone who is not a realized soul or who is not a Sahajogi to a puja. It's troublesome, and that person also starts doubting this, that. It's better not to do such a thing, because also such a person is half-baked. So no use giving me half-baked cakes. I'm spoiling the half-baked cake also permanently, because if you take out a half-baked cake, see, it's spoiled forever. I can't eat it, nor you can bake it again. So what's the use of bringing somebody who is half-baked? Alright? So from next time, also this is out of compassion you do it. I know you do it out of compassion. But this is not wise. It doesn't help me, nor it helps others. Alright? So from next time, also any time, you must find out a circular saying that unless and until you are sure about the realization of a person that has got a realization, you should not call them for the puja. They are no good for mother, and they are not good for themselves. Because they become, you see, doubting or something. And you cannot really give them realization after that. You remember your friend had the same problem. Who was he? Nick or something. Alright. So now we can, you can do the Ganesh Puja. You can read it in English. Now, I think those who have not washed my feet before in Brighton should come down. You washed my feet? No, alright, you will come. Alright, come. Can you put some towel here? Aikla towel gala ka. Put one down. Now, you, okay, and she has, Carol has washed my feet, has she? Where is she?
Carol? Carol?
You washed it. You've done it in India. Let two person should come would be better. Alright? So let's have it. You can be here, you both, and then these two can be there. Alright. Now you can sit there, but just you pour the water. Alright. Now when you say the English translation would be better. Just wash it. Both of you. Come forward. You have to rub my feet very hard. Rub it hard.
Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi